Good morning. My name is Joyce Briggs, and I'm with the Resident Services Department of the Durham Housing Authority. I work under a grant called ROSS. ROSS stands for Residence Opportunity and Self-Sufficiency. And I try to engage all of my residents in the resources that are available in the community. And today I have Peggy with North Carolina Extension Services, and she wants to share with you what programs she has coming available in March. Hi, Peggy. How are you today?
I am good. And how about you?
Oh, I'm just great. I've had my second shot. I'm working very hard to get the residents of the Durham Housing Authority and the citizens of Durham to be vaccinated. Why don't you enough about me. Why don't you tell me a little bit about you and your organization?
Okay. As you said, I am with Durham Cooperative Extension. I've worked with the extension programs for more than 20 years in Durham County as well as other counties in North and South Carolina in the areas of 4-H youth development and also family and consumer science, which might have been called home economics, if you know that previously used term. But extension of what? I remember asking that same question when I was not familiar with extension. And it's an extension of A&T State and North Carolina State University, which are both land-grant universities. And the federal government back in the early 1900s was funding more research so that there could be some informal education, science-based though, for rural families and farmers also in the areas of crops and poultry, livestock, and marketing these products. Mm-hmm. Also, some education for youth, promoting leadership through youth development focus, and some information on food preservation, canning, drying foods, sewing for clothing, because of course there weren't many stores. As I say that, I think about the Sears catalog, so that might have been available. I don't know, but but the point is, the idea was to give them more tools for self-sufficiency, mm-hmm. And I think that's what we all like to have, is self-sufficiency. Right. But the outreach in the 60s and 70s changed a little bit as time moved along, because there was more of a reach into urban areas. And so some of the towns and the people living in the towns, in town, as we used to say, and as well as the rural families, took advantage of different classes and information. You could call extension to get a lot of information, a lot of questions answered, because think about it, there was no internet. That's hard to imagine, but if you needed to know something and you're preserving food and you're wondering about a question about food safety, you could give us a call and find out. Now, obviously there might have been phone numbers, 800 numbers, I'm not sure at that time, but you know, of places that you could call and ask information, like if you were cooking a turkey in the fall of the year, for example. But anyway, in summary, now extension assists the public in the areas of agriculture, lawn and garden, community development, 4-H and youth development, and also family and consumer science areas.
Awesome. So what would you like, how have you been able to stay so focused during this pandemic?
Well, personally, I find prayer for patience, my own personal patience, and then patience with the system, like for vaccines and trying to help people get access to Zoom so we could do virtual classes, less TV, more walking, and being in touch with friends, recent friends, and then friends from years ago that it's like, okay, how are they doing in this pandemic? So, yeah.
So what would you like to share with our audience today about what's going on?
Okay, currently at Extension, as always, we're accepting questions on plants, whether it's plants from your vegetable garden, about your vegetable garden coming up, or plants about your roses or daffodils, whatever the case might be. We have more than 150 Master Gardener volunteers who have been trained. It's an intensive training, but have been trained to answer questions. And so if you call, you'll be directed to one of them and they'll give you information. And it's free information. There's no charge for what we offer. Sometimes during the year, there's a charge for soil samples. I'm not sure right now, but give a call and we'll let you know that. But at this point in time, I'm sure people are ready to plant. So also garden to table is not new. It's kind of a revived term. But if you think about it, agriculture, horticulture, and then everything culminates in preparing that food or taking that food to market. And with family and consumer science, that's kind of blended into preparing the food or preserving it, whichever the case might be. We do have an active community garden on Briggs Avenue. And so if you were just dying to get your feet muddy and to play in the dirt a little bit, you have some background in gardening, you might want to volunteer. So if that's the case, let me know and I'll put you in touch.
Okay.
Specifically in family and consumer science area, we're pretty much virtual right now. And of course, that's kind of the same thing with everybody these days. We do nutrition and food safety classes, have some grandparent and guardian support groups, caregiver support series, powerful tools for caregivers. We'll do this in conjunction with some of the other agencies that support this type of outreach, because caregiving is difficult, whether it's 24/7, it's a relative in the same home, or whether you're just coming in for the day to care for someone. And so you have to keep yourself healthy. A lot of stress, a lot of mental challenges, and you just kind of have to keep your attitude up. And that's hard to do without good nutrition and some exercise. And another area we cover is SNAP Ed education, and formerly known as food stamps. A lot of people are needing to depend on SNAP Ed these days and the funding that gives. And even more than previously, many people had part-time jobs and now some of those went away. So the SNAP Ed funding has been increased to some degree, and it may be that you've applied or that you've never applied. And so I would suggest if you think that this would be helpful and you'd like to do that, we have screeners at NC State, and our More in My Basket program I can put you in touch with one of them, either English or Spanish speaking. And we can kind of screen you through doing an application. We don't keep the information on file, but the application would be completed over the telephone, no Zoom necessary, just over the telephone, and then mailed to you with a stamped self-addressed envelope, and then it goes on to DSS. You sign it and send it to DSS, and that eliminates having to go into DSS and even to make an appointment to go in, because of course they're not fully staffed 5 days a week as previously. So I would say, in summary, if you have a life-changing event that's happened, you've added walkers or hearing aids or medical issues, or you've added family members, or maybe if it's a family that's taken in some children, and you may feel like that you need some financial support there, SNAP Ed funding might be helpful for you. So give me a call if I can help with that. I'll be glad to. Another service we offer at Extension is Welcome Baby. So if you have little babies, toddlers in your home that are still in diapers, then this might be a service you could use. So on Fridays from 9 to 12, we offer diapers to people who need those. You'd need to bring something saying that you do live in North Carolina, no citizenship information required, just that you are a resident in, not North Carolina, but in Durham County or Durham City. And the reason for that is we're just serving Durham County and City residences. And we are a county organization, so anywhere within Durham County. Also either a birth certificate or Medicaid card. And then we'll give you some diapers. So that's some information you might want to pass along. And let's see. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yes, we do have some Extension Community Association volunteers who do outreach in the community. If you're interested in such a thing, let me know. For example, they've made more than 1,000 masks and distributed them throughout the county of Durham. I think that was in like August or September. But so lots of opportunities with Extension, plus a lot of information from Extension.
Awesome. And what kind of special offerings do you have for the Durham Housing Authority residents at this time?
Okay, we have a class set up, an initial class, and we can do more. But for right now, decreasing sugar in your diet, everybody's trying to do that. Many people are drawn to sugar during these times of test and stress, to say the least. So if you're interested in that, you can join us. Just give me a call by the 8th of March, which is Monday, I believe. And I will give you a call back, and we'll set you up for the class, which is March 11th. And it's from 2 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Awesome. Okay.
I think that's a Thursday. Yes, Thursday, March 11th.
Great. I have that noted here, and I have included this information in my newsletter that I've already mailed out. At the end of this video, you'll see a contact information for Peggy about the class, her phone number, and the website that you can view to show you all of the things that the North Carolina Extension Program has to offer you. Would there be anything else that you'd like to share before we sign off?
Well, just I'm looking forward to being contacted by anyone watching this program. I know we're focused on Durham Housing Authority residents, but anyone else, glad to include you and share whatever else we have to offer. But Joyce, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for what you do. It's so clear that your clients are like family to you, and that makes such a difference. Your residents are like family to you, I should say.
They are. They are. Well, thank you so much for giving me your time today.
Okay.
And share this information and video with all your friends so that we can become aware of the offerings that the Durham Housing Authority has and the city has and all of our partners. So we're signing off for now. And don't forget to share and like this video and subscribe. Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you.